Obviously we always want to win, so I don't usually use that word must. I want to, and the girls want to, and we know obviously it's a big ask, a big task. Norway are one of the top nations in women's football. They had a disappointing Euros 2017, but they've recovered very, very well in this campaign, have world-class players. So again, we're up against it, but that's the challenge, and you know, that's where we want to be. So
that's the thing, they are a world-class team, they're top seeded, they're still behind you on the table, but they do have a game in hand. Yeah. So you must be taking all those variables into account. Yeah,
I mean, for us, we know that it's possible, of course, still to qualify. If we draw twice against Norway, we'd have to beat Northern Ireland, they would have to lose, so it's a lot of ifs and buts. I think the best thing is to concentrate on the game coming up, and we always want to win, and we want to try and upset them, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're trying to find the right strategy, of course, and everything's possible in football. Okay, they are like old floskels or cliches, but it is the truth. But we have to be well organised, and we have to, of course, make sure that we're not making any silly mistakes that we made against the Dutch, because the Norwegians, like the Dutch, have quality players. They will punish you straight away.
You're probably in a pretty good place maybe to try and figure out a way to upset them, considering that you have that insider knowledge. You've worked in Norway, so you know how they train, you know how they operate, you know their systems.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, it's a beautiful country and very, very nice people. There's a couple of girls in their squad that I coached. Maire, who plays at Chelsea, is the captain of Norway, and she was my captain when I was in Norway too, in Valdsnes. Brilliant player, brilliant person. Yeah, so I know the inside, I know the girls. I still watch a lot of the Norwegian league football every weekend to catch up on what's going on, and also the current form of the players that are in the squad that are still playing in Norway. So yes, we're well informed, and now we're trying to give that information in a filtered, of course, way to the girls, so they can use it, and that's what we're hopeful for. Of course, we have to make sure that we concentrate on the things that we can do well and exploit their weaknesses.
And part of that as well is the fact that this is a team that's really been quite hit by injury in recent weeks. And again, you're still struggling with some injuries. Can you tell me what the injury status is of the team at the moment?
Yeah, since the campaign started, we had some bad luck at the first game, then with Steph Roach, and then Anya's now back in, and then Megan Campbell, then Harriet Scott getting injured at the clubs. So that was disappointing. Now we've had a few knocks. Harriet's come in after a collarbone injury, had a development game for Reading, and injured a knee, which is keeping her out at the moment. Niamh Fahy in Bordeaux was injured directly after our last camp, ankle ligaments, but she trained fully yesterday, so we're hopeful that Niamh can play. Marie Hurian struggling with calf injury that she sustained last week in training at her club. So yeah, we've had a few doubts. Amber Barrett has been injured the last 3 or 4 weeks now for Peamount. Trained the last couple of days, so we're hopeful that we can get them on the pitch, but we need obviously players that are going to be playing that they can survive the whole 90-95 minutes with that intensity. It will be a really, really tough match, and the Norwegians are also, they have a similar mentality to the Irish. That means they're very, very aggressive, like a natural aggression that they obviously try to bring into a positive direction, physically very strong, so we have to be up against them. They are like Vikings, so we have to. They have that Viking mentality, so we have to, know that and hold against that.
Viking mentality is one thing, but you're playing them on Friday, and then a few days later you have to go out again with that kind of aggressive play, because we've seen how they play, we've seen how you play. It's pacey, it's fast. You're probably going to be dealing with much more, I suppose, lining out and headaches when you're trying to select the team, when you're looking at the fact that whoever's going to play on Friday is going to have to be able to keep with that pace and then do it again next week.
Yeah, I don't think I have any doubts in the girls. They're so motivated and looking after themselves. Of course, I know, and the girls know, that we have to increase our fitness levels going forward, especially the players playing in Ireland. That's a given. That they know that it is getting better. Big thanks also to the clubs that are doing some really good work, the coaches at the Women's National League clubs. So everything's moving forward, but it's good. It's a tough ask, of course, 2 games in a short space of time, but that's also tournament football. So if you really want to get to France, that would be like the norm, and that's why it's so exciting. And we're playing in a place, Stavanger, not far from where I actually worked. Beautiful little town, great stadium. So we've got a few things to look forward to, and like I say, Norway is a beautiful country, but obviously we need to do the work on the pitch, and that's what we're there for.